Okay, I am live. Let me see. Okay, I'm Hey. Hi everybody. And I'm just getting the tech stuff ready for our show. I'm so excited. Okay. Let me just get a few things pinned, okay? Wait 1 second, guys. Wait 1 second. Okay. Moment. Okay. I'm so happy to see Robin, WL123, Olive Myers, like it's spicy, Anita Fuentes, Lily Crew, everybody on Instagram. And then just wait 1 more second. I just have one more thing to do. And I will get ready to start with you guys. I am so excited to see everybody. The first live, I don't know if you guys were with me the first live for my book, Grounded Living. So many people had many amazing questions. Um, you guys are the best. I love seeing you guys. All right, I am just gonna go really quick and okay, let's see. All right, wait 1 second here. Okay, I am going to. Oh, here we go. Something. Okay, perfect. I think we're set. We are set. Oh my goodness, I am so happy to see everybody. Thank you so much. Hi, Samantha. Samantha Shea, 16. Um, Let me put myself in the middle. Okay, guys, this is my second Talk Shop Live. I'm super excited to be here with you. Welcome, welcome. Um, this is all about today, my new book, and hopefully you can see it because it's Grounded Living. And I'm having slight technical difficulty with the blurred background. So I'm going to do my best to share my book. By my next Talk Shop Live, this is not going to happen anymore. You are clearly going to see my book with all the pictures. I know last time you really wanted to see more pictures, which I'm going to show you today. So today, I thought it would be so fun to talk about biophilic blueprint. If you don't know what a biophilic blueprint is, when you get my book, you will find a very easy way to design your home to feel good through nature. As some of you might know, some of you might not know, I am a licensed therapist and an interior designer. It's a very unique combination. And I wrote my first book, Home Therapy, on my method of welding psychology, neuroscience, and interior design into something that calms your nervous system down. Well, my second book, Grounded Living, we are talking about how to use nature, biophilic design, in a way that will reduce the cognitive load you have at home. I don't know how many of you feel like once you get home after a long day, you have another world of clutter and stress and relationships to manage besides work. And it can get very, very overwhelming. Um, okay. And I wanted to address some. Okay, so first, I'm getting a little distracted from the chat because I also want to address you guys. So that's who I am. That's my book. That's today I want to talk about the biophilic blueprint because that will give you a takeaway. And this is when, even when I was a therapist, I loved making sure you guys had step-by-step guides into finding ways that are helpful you can take at home and do right away. The worst thing, I don't know if you've been in therapy, is you talk for 45 minutes and you're like, wait, I just talked for 45 minutes. I didn't have time for the therapist to respond to me. And you drive home going, what happened there? I want you to have this book, Grounded Living, and really, really find relatable, actionable ways, no matter how big or small your home is. Doesn't matter if you have a green thumb. Biophilic design isn't just about plants. Biophilic design is how we can connect with nature through our bodies, through our interior design in our homes. How do we feel good by reducing that stress hormone cortisol, increasing happy hormones, dopamine, serotonin, all those good things? We want to balance our brain chemistry through interior design tools by using nature. Nature is our best teacher. So that's what I wanted to work on today, but I actually see some questions. So for you guys, I'm going to answer some questions. And don't forget, the whole point today is about accessing these takeaways, right? So the best way to get all my juicy tidbits of using nature into your home is by commenting, clicking the shop button on TalkShopLive. If you're on Facebook or Instagram, comment the word shop and you will automatically be brought to the link to purchase my book. I want to do more of these. And if you can get the book, then I will give you one-to-one, like every time we meet, we're going to have a one-on-one through the book, and you will have personal guidance with this book on how to become a wonderful designer in your own home by using nature. So that's really my goal, is I want this message to reach you so that you can feel good. When I was a therapist, I wanted people to feel good. I'm a helper by nature, and I'm also creative. So after a while, sitting in an office with four walls helping people wasn't fulfilling enough for me. I was very creative in the interior design, and I wanted to break out and use interior design as a way to heal homes and heal people and have relationship connect and flourish in the home. So if you want to get the book, I would highly encourage you to get it today. If you're watching on YouTube, click the link in the description. Again, Facebook or Instagram, type comment shop, talk shop live, click the shop button, because today we are going to go through the first step in healing your home so that you can start feeling good. Okay, but I know there's questions. So let's see. First, somebody wants to see the title. So here's the title, Grounded Living. And I promise you, next time we are getting this fixed. But the subtitle says Harmonizing Design and Nature in Your Home. Okay. And Chandra, you're asking, is this more of a coffee table book or a guide to design? Definitely guide to design with beautiful pictures. So I have my own projects, and then I curated some of my best designer contributors who also do such beautiful work, like my friend Dane Austin. He did this for House Beautiful Home. And I mean, just look at the different nature referenced drapery, the blue paint, the furniture, how it's laid out, and it's not just square and rectangles. He has rounded furniture. All those things relate back to nature. And it makes us feel good because we are all organic beings. We are drawn to nature for safety. If you can think of all the critters in the forest, they go deep into the forest to sleep and rest and slumber. That's how we should use our home. Let's see. Jason asked, "How did I start my career in design?" I kind of gave a little bit idea already, so I hope that helps you understand me better and my expertise. I've been a licensed therapist for over 20 years, and I've been an interior designer for 15. But really, all my life, I've been a designer because my dad's an architect, my mom's a real estate broker. We were always doing something with the house or driving around to look at different model homes for ideas. It was really a fun childhood in that sense of being creative. What fulfills you more, therapy or design? Oh, that's such a good question. I would say therapy design. My home therapy method is what truly fulfills me because it scratches the itch of helping people and communicating and helping them problem solve, but through interior design in a visual, aesthetic, creative way. Nancy D, is this your first book? How does it feel? Oh, Nancy, this is my second book. My first book, if you want to check out, is called Home Therapy. It's also by Penguin Random House. You can look it on wherever books are sold. And it's just been such a joy to see the reception it's getting. Everyone is really, really open to this idea of using your home as a therapeutic environment. So I hope you check it out as well. Okay, so is there one type of design style you follow? Modern, mid-century? Okay, and this is George L. He's asking if you look through my book, um, whether it's my friends' designers' works that I felt like was very poignant in showing as biophilic design to my own uh designs, you can tell that for me, it's less about certain styles and more about, again, going back to nature, using materials like mixing metals or mixing colors that are the palettes of the desert or the ocean or the mountain. And this is how I want to talk about the biophilic blueprint. So I'm going to talk a little about biophilic blueprint, but again, remember this book is just a great guide into designing your home to feel good through nature. Okay, so people ask me, what do you mean by a biophilic blueprint? Well, I wanted to show you this mood board I made, and you can see. So, biophilic blueprint has four landscapes. This is the ocean, this is the meadow, this is the mountain, and then this is the desert. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the meadow, and this is the desert. What I encourage all my clients, because they inevitably come to me and they say, I don't know, like I love nature, but I don't, what do you mean? How do I get this into my house? I want to feel good through nature. So we're gonna do this live, guys. We're gonna find your biophilic blueprint today, right now. Okay, are you guys ready? Okay, so the first step in the biophilic blueprint is getting to know yourself in the manner of which landscape you are drawn to. And similar to therapy, you kind of have to close your eyes and dig inside a little bit. Okay, nothing scary. Don't worry, we're not going to do deep therapy here. But I want all of you to close your eyes right now and take a deep breath. Let's take a deep breath. Okay, clear your mind, close your eyes, and I want you to picture yourself. And don't, just let your mind flow. Picture yourself in nature. Just don't even think about where, just let your mind go. Picture yourself in nature anywhere in the world. Okay, anywhere in the world, and ask yourself the following questions. One, where did you end up? Are your toes digging into the sand in the ocean? Is the desert wind blowing in your hair? Are you cozy in a mountain cabin? or are you frolicking in the meadow? That's one question. Second is when you're standing there or running or skipping or swimming, what do you smell? Is it like the earthy aroma of grass, pine needles in the forest, spiciness of the desert? And then, as we're moving through this scenario in your mind, what is the time of the day? Is it bright sunshine in the ocean like in Tahiti? Or is it sunset in the desert with the pink cotton candy clouds? Is it dark and moody with the mountain cabin? Is it just like very moody and foggy? Um, so, what time of a day is it? Is it sunrise, sunset, midday, muted light, bright light? And then what season? What season do you feel like you're in right now in your mind with this nature scene? Is it fall, winter, spring, summer? So I'm going to just take 10 seconds and let you kind of marinate here. After I kind of described all this, put in the chat right now. I'm so curious. Do you feel like your biophilic blueprint is the ocean, the mountain, the desert, or the meadow? Okay, go chat. Tell me. Ocean, meadow, desert, or mountain? Did I say mountain? Ocean, desert, meadow, mountain. Tell me. I want to know. Okay, so Michelle says 100% ocean. Anybody else? I totally want to know. Okay, Kira says definitely the desert. Okay, come on, guys. Tell me more. Tell me more. I'm going to tell you mine too. At the end, let's get a few more. It would be fun to get like a mountain or a meadow. So we got all four. And then I'll tell you mine. While we're waiting, I will answer any other questions. And by the way, again, guys, don't forget, click on the link for shop for TalkShopLive. Just click on the link, get this book, because I plan on doing more of these sessions with you. And I'd love to go through the book with you and really help you dig into actionable ways to bring nature into your home. It is springtime. It is springtime. It is time to decorate our home, reset it in a really refreshing renewal way. Right? So isn't this a perfect time right now to do this together? It would almost be really fun to do the seasons together. Wouldn't that be fun? We start in the spring, summer, and then fall, winter. Oh my God, I have so many ideas with you guys. Okay, Riley says ocean. Sophia says meadow. Lydia says mountains. Okay, we've got like at least several people with different palettes. Okay, so now that you have your landscape, okay, isn't it already exciting? I want you to think of a space in your home that you think this landscape applies to. So, say your family room is driving you crazy, or your bathroom cluttered with all the toiletries and everything is driving you crazy, or the kitchen, or the bedroom nightstand. Wherever it is, think of one spot that gives you your pain, like your pain point. Okay, one part of your home that's just like, I can't, I don't know what to do with it. Apply whatever landscape you felt drawn to right now to that space. Okay. Now that we have the landscape, we can curate it with several categories. And I promise you, you're going to be so excited because I have something for you in the book that is going to make it so easy. So, now that you have, like Sophia, you say you love meadow. Now that you have the meadow, then think of all the materials a meadow has, right? Florals, boom, that space will need patterned florals, whether it's drapery or pillows or bedding or throw blankets or a rug. Bring all the materials you see the meadows into your furniture, wall treatments, wallpaper, paint colors, and then also textures. Meadow to me speaks more soft and just softer, rounder, not harsh, right? Very delicate, maybe lace, cottage core a little bit. So think of the materials and textures that way. And then, of course, the color palette. Once you know your biophilic blueprint, and it's okay, say Lydia the mountains. She loves a log cabin on a lake. That instantly gives her so much color in mind. It wouldn't be light blue and sea green foam, would it? It would be darker ruby and burgundies with forest greens and navy blues and some maybe some ochre, like a golden amber color that's dark and rich. Just very mountain cat plaids, right? A lot of that cozy grounding feeling. And then design elements that would bring in, again, nature. So whether it's the ocean, then we don't want to get too, like, I don't know, kitschy, but seashells and mirrors that reflect light for the ocean. The desert, again, would be very like clay ceramics, objets, things that are very minimalistic. So I don't know if you can tell, but right off the bat, once you decide your landscape, have you noticed everything else just falls into place? Let me know in the chat if you feel like, oh yeah, boom, this is like, so this is doable. This is easy. And I want to know one thing. So tell me your biophilic blueprint, which landscape, and what's one easy thing you can bring into that pain point space that will that reflects the landscape, ocean, desert, mountain, meadow, that you can do even tonight. I want to know. Sophia says, "This is so interesting. I love this. I'm so glad. I just want to give you guys easy ways to do things that you see on Pinterest or Arch Digest or Instagram. Like we see so many pretty things, but a lot of times we're like, and I work with clients where they literally just don't know how to get from they see the beginning and the end, but they don't know how to do the middle. And I'm just like when I was doing therapy, guys, I had so many clients come in and say, I have this problem, communication problem, or I have this relationship, or I have this like weird habit. I just, I can't seem to kick a habit. And they so badly wanted to change or be better, but they didn't know how. And what I love sharing with you guys is before you get to the how, you need to know the why. And so for your biophilic blueprint, how you can bring in nature, and it's not just plants. You need to know what you're drawn from your whole body, your organic fiber being, what you are drawn to. And once you know your why, then the how is easy, right? Then the colors and the materials and the textures, that's the how. The why is like, but what do I want? What's my desire? What's my core desire in this space? So, and let's see. So, Madison, oh, let's see. Madison says, was there a turning point that led you to write this book? Yes. So, I am from the Pacific Northwest, and I just always was in nature outside. Growing up in the Pacific Northwest in Seattle, you're just surrounded by forest, talk about mountains, water, ocean. Like we were so lucky to have all that around us. And all 4 seasons, there were physical activities, skiing, hiking, swimming. It's just, we're always outside. And even when my sister and I were, our parents worked a lot, we would just go into fields back then that, there'd be fields outside beyond the backyard and meadows, like we would just like explore. And so I think I bring that part to my design work all the time. And I was thinking, gosh, what's a way to explain what biophilic design to everyone, not just like very experienced interior designers, or if you look up biophilic design, you'll see very big pictures of a tree coming out of an inside of a hotel lobby, or plants hanging in a very gorgeous way in a large mansion. It's very fantastical and aspirational, which is beautiful, but I wanted to bring biophilic design to your home. Like, how do we make ourselves happy through nature in everyone's home? So that's why I wanted to write this book, Madison. Okay, guys, and do not forget to click the shop link in TalkShopLive, comment in Instagram and Facebook shop, and you'll get my link for this book. And on YouTube, click the link to get the book, because I think we're going to have so much fun going through this book together. Okay, guys, I'm still waiting for more questions, and maybe I'll just go up. There's more questions I missed. Can you tell us how the book is sectioned out? Yes, Candace, that is such a great question. So once you have the biophilic blueprint, and I'm sorry to just add to that. So once you have your biophilic blueprint, then this is the most amazing part, okay? And this is the part this is why I want you to get the book. I painstakingly, this took me so long because I wanted this to be sustainable for you. I just didn't just slap on different ideas. I thought of this is a whole grid. Okay. And so what I did was I did the 4 seasons: winter, fall, summer, spring, and then ocean, meadows, desert, and mountain. And literally, if you want your space to be desert fall, you just go, oops, sorry, desert, and then you look all the way down to fall. And I will literally give you the materials, textures, colors, and design elements for that specific room you want. Or you want summer, say you want summer meadow. Then I give you the template with the materials, the textures. Like, say, summer meadow, I suggest bamboo and natural fibers, soft plush structures, bright greens, sunlit yellows, vibrant florals, design elements, woven baskets, wildflower arrangements, picnic inspired decor. Like, I give you a specific starting point to the very customized room you want that brings in nature. So I think that's very exciting to have. And you can only get this through the book. So don't forget to get a copy today. So once you have your biophilic blueprint, going back to answering Candace's question, I'm going to show you the chapters. Okay. Because this will, just like in my home therapy book, I ordered it in a very logical way that's very easy to read. Again, I want everything I say to you to be easy, actionable, so that it's sustainable for you. It's not just a trend, it's not just a fad. All of this is backed by neuroscience because of my psychology background. All of it is backed by my lived experience as a designer and therapist with clients. That's the exciting part, I think, that I offer to you, that I feel so proud of. Okay, so first I explain what biophilic design is, and then this first real chapter is bringing the outdoors in. How do we bring the outdoors in? And I'll go through some highlights with each chapter later. Then designing with light, integrating water elements, creating natural order, and then living outside. And one of my favorite chapters at the end is embracing the evolution of home. So let me go through, I'm going to explain each chapter a little bit so that you kind of get it. Okay. So for the light, I think it's very self-explanatory, but I give you ideas based on nature and biophilic design. Oh, no, actually, we're going to start with bringing the outdoors in first. So bring the outdoors in. Again, it's not just plants. What I did is I broke it up into sections. So easing into the green. If you're not a green thumb, here are some ways. And I talk about, sorry, it's so blurry. I talk about how to ease yourself into bringing plants in. Also, nature is not perfect. If you look at everything outside, it's cohesive to the landscape of an ocean or a desert, but if you really look at everything, is there a perfect leaf? Is there a perfect setting? It's all very naturally imperfect, but when you look at it, zoom out, it looks so beautiful, right? So I want you to think of your home the same way. I think we get very like matchy matchy, or we get into design trends, design rules. I want your home to be natural because we're natural. And what does natural mean? We can get messy. So messy isn't a problem, but it's like organized chaos, right? You still need to have some structure. So when we look at outside in a landscape, there's still trees that are taller that border the outside of the view. And then you have the background, middle, and then the foreground. So there's still structure, but it's not perfect. And I want you to remember that. Use nature as an example for how you design your home that way. And then that leads to another section I talk about, which is be intentional. Being intentional. And that means every item that you bring into your home, really think about whether it's sustainable, whether it's something you and the other people in the home who live there, will appreciate and use. Um, and assigning it a role that moves you forward as a person or a goal, like a habit stacking goal, or maybe it promotes communication between you and your teenager. Have every item, have assign it something that's intentional, a role that helps you flourish in the space, not just because it looks good, or you thought it was, a great addition, but really it just sits there. Really be intentional, even with the decorative stuff, be intentional. So that's the first chapter, is I help you think of ways to bring the outdoors in. And then with light, we talk about, just all the ways to bring in light to help us feel good. Because honestly, when we're home, which is 99% of the time, we are rarely thinking about getting fresh air and getting natural light. And our brains obviously need that vitamin D and positive stimulation. It helps our circadian rhythm, which also has get regulated sleep. Everything that I'm talking about in my mind is I want to help you regulate your nervous system. We are so out of whack and we live in crazy times. How do we use our home and nature in a way that calms our nervous system down? I think our baseline is so chaotic. We almost get used to that chaotic feeling, but really we really have more control in our lives to calm down and make better decisions, more effective communication, problem solve better, everything. Just honestly feel happier. And that can start with your home and nature. Joel Begren says, such great ideas. Thank you. Um, what is your favorite part of your own home? Oh, that's such a great question. So when it comes to my own home, I I love my bed. I love I don't know about you guys, but right when it's bedtime and it's time to like get cozy, my 2 dogs are with me, my kids are in their rooms getting ready for bedtime, but I just that first, like, when you slink into your bed, I really try to use breathable linens. I run very hot. So I don't know if you guys anybody tell me in the chat if you're a cold sleeper or a hot sleeper, but I love that cozy feeling of really soft linens that are breathable and it's time to get rest. That's really ultimately my favorite time. Okay, I'm going to go back to some other questions. Hannah asked, what cities do you get the most design inspiration from? Oh my God, that's such a great question. Well, I just came back from New York and I had a couple speaking events and things. I love the modern feel of New York, but there's mid-century modern. It's I love the New York vibes. Obviously, I live in Southern California, so I'm an ocean girl through and through. I love California modern inspirations. And yeah, okay, guys, and don't forget with this book, you're going to have so many more. Like, I just love giving you guys tidbits. So, in this book, I have different sections that say, getting grounded and then using color, pattern, texture, form. Like, they're just like if you are at home and you just like need a little design pick me up, this book is filled with just tidbits of ways you can feel good, like for productivity, and supporting natural patterns. Like, how do you do that? By using nature and calming your nervous system down. Um, and the pictures in here are just gorgeous. I just am so proud of this book because it has so many amazing aspirational ideas, but the homes are also very relatable that I feel like you can totally replicate even and do. So let me show you. Last time you guys really wanted to see more pictures. So hopefully, again, I'm so sorry it's blurry. I'm gonna get that fixed, but there is just so many great pictures for your for reference for your ideas. Okay, let's see. Oh, Nora, you just bought the signed copy. Oh, thank you, Nora. I really appreciate your support. Okay. Let's see. What else about this book? Another thing that's amazing about interior design, and people ask me all the time, what is my go-to easiest way to transform a space? And I always say paint. And when it comes to bringing nature in, that's where I love having the idea of a biophilic blueprint, because then you have all kinds of paint colors narrowed down to that landscape palette. And in the book, I picked certain colors for certain palettes that will narrow it down for you. So let me try to find it, because I wanted to give you the ultimate guide for design by using nature. I wanted this book to just be like your go-to, your best friend in finding those design ideas, instead of like searching all over the internet or like piecemeal getting biophilic design. I've put everything together in one place for you. So I'll try to find it, but I have a grid with all the ocean colors, specific paint color names and brands, which I think will be very helpful for you. Um, and then I also have plant picks. Okay, so I say biophilic design isn't just about plants, but of course, plants, research have shown plants help us breathe better because obviously it clears the air. It Research has shown that you concentrate and focus better. So there's a lot of parents that buy little plants for their student kids, put it on their desk or their work from home desk. So the vision of green does something in our biochemistry in our brain that calms us, helps us get more laser focused. It's a real thing, guys. Okay. Samantha Shea says, this book is awesome. Design can be very confusing at times for me. I know, Samantha. I know. I think with any kind of content, it's just like we just get bombarded with content constantly. And the through line for me is I want my message to you to be something of clarity so that you can feel focused um, so that you can feel focused on your goal. And I know every single one of you that have come into my live today, there's some kind of interest of using design as a way to feel good, right? Like, not just for pretty ideas, but I have a pretty good idea that all of you in here also want to use that design to make your home pretty so that you can feel good. And like I said in my subtitle, my book is bringing harmony into your home, bringing that calm so that you can actually breathe a sigh of relief, at times. And I want to help you do that. So I'm so glad that you shared that, Samantha, because I think more people think and feel that way than we all realize. And again, Talk Shop Live, click that button in Instagram and Facebook, comment shop, YouTube, there's a link. Please get this book. I really think it's going to help you. And I'm excited to go through it with you. Like, tell me in the chat, guys, do you guys want like an ongoing live sesh and we can just go through the book and go through the seasons together? I think that'd be really fun. So let me know. Let me know. I want to know. Let's see what else about the book. Water. I also talk about water. Hydrotherapy is so, so important. And when it comes to the cleansing power of water, I give you beautiful pictures and inspiration of the outdoors and the indoors. But I also explain to you what kind of emotional release hydrotherapy does for you. You can renew yourself just by rinsing. If you're feeling really anxious, if you put cold water underneath your wrists for 30 seconds, that actually helps your one of your muscles that gets really stressed, and it relaxes that muscle. It's near here. I want to say it's the vague. I have to remember the name right. I'll get it to you guys, but um, it is a quick way. I actually do it often where I just put cold water on my wrists and there you have it. But a lot of times we forget to do that. But if we can use interior design, if you have an area in your bathroom where you have a small tray, what I call an intention tray, and it could be just a small candle and a small wash, like a hand towel, and that's your like cue. Every day you're going to see it. Okay. You just kind of visualize, help your brain remember it. And that's your anxiety station to rinse your wrists with cold water. And then you already have your towel and a candle going to follow up with that relaxation ritual. So I'm all about using different ways of interior design to heal yourself, to calm yourself, and in this book, by using water, which is one of the major elements of nature, is water. It gives us sustenance, it cleanses us, and we feel renewed and fresh. So having even a bowl of water with, just some floating flowers, if you can't, do anything bigger than that, what I really love is those little green moss balls. I don't know if you've seen those. They're little green moss balls. My sister has it just in a jar. Like, I think it's just like a jam jar and a little like Japanese Zen rock. And she puts it on her kitchen windowsill where she's doing her dishes every day. And she just meditates in the morning or like she's doing dishes whenever. And when she sees the moss ball, it's kind of her Zen moment. But that's another easy way to bring nature in to heal yourself and calm yourself down. Um, yeah, so tell me more, guys. Let me see. There's more questions here. Henry asked, do you like designing one story or multiple story spaces more? Oh, well, usually we do large renovations where we're doing the whole house. So I definitely love doing multi spaces. Some of the houses are not necessarily two-story, but I love doing more multiple spaces. If that's probably the best way to answer the question is, and the challenge is always how do you make the room cohesive? And again, going back to nature, if you have a nature palette, like if you've decided certain spaces are, the biophilic blueprint, a landscape here, a landscape there, you can easily weave it through in a cohesive way through the same color palettes. So you could have different landscapes, but the same similar family color palette. You can mix and match in a way that's still cohesive. That's what I love about interior design, is it doesn't have to be matchy matchy. There's contrast. So two things I want you guys to remember that's your best friend is negative space and contrast. Okay, so actually we have about 1 minute left. And I'm gonna okay, so here I just gonna answer one last question. Drew said, "How do you design for the outdoors and landscaping?" And Drew, that is such a wonderful question because I address it in my book in what, let's see, which chapter is it? Living Outside. I address that. And if you get my book, you will get definitely a step-by-step guide. But one of the best ways, again, nature is your best teacher. So I love creating like a holistic retreat outside. It doesn't matter if it's a large yard or a small yard, but bringing your five senses, Drew, is the best way. So, what you see, what you smell, what you feel, what you hear, um, how all these things are awakened by what draws you yourself in. So, biophilic blueprint, if even if you're living in a different landscape, but you really want ocean, but you're out in the mountains, you can make that small space or your whole space into that landscape palette through colors, through textures. So not necessarily with plants per se, but through interior design. And once you get my book, we can dive into it more. But think of your five senses and what you're drawn to because you want to personalize it so that you're invited out. I don't know if you guys ever feel like, oh, well, I bought a brand new patio furniture set, but you never go outside. It's because you're not owning that space yourself. You're just like cookie cutter buying a pretty patio set and okay, there it is. You really need to find your core desire of that space, your why. And then the how, then the colors, textures, everything else falls into place. And that's really what sets me apart from most interior designers is again that knowledge of neurodesign and neuroaesthetic design, but also the psychology of how to own a space so that you feel motivated and also how to keep up a space that's sustainable. Okay, guys, this has been so fun. Um, I'm just so grateful for you guys. Again, click the shop button on Talk Shop Live, comment shop on Facebook and Instagram, click the link in YouTube. I hope you get this book because I always have so much fun with you. And I would love to go through like season by season or chapter by chapter. Like you guys can even actually tell me right now. I would love for you guys to tell me right now, next time we get together, what part of this book that I mentioned today would you guys like to talk about? And we will do that. So, thanks everybody. I'm so glad you came, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye, guys.